So tell me, where are you scared of the dark? When it all goes down and the lights go out, I'm not the one you wanna see. Some will and some won't, some do and some don't. Now tell me who you're gonna be. See, I couldn't really give a fuck if I am so unbearable. All that I really care about is that I'm uncomparable. They're bigger than me and they're quicker than me, but they know that nobody is sicker than me, cause they can kill X and they can kill Y.
So I've just got off the phone from my agent, and it appears the FA deemed my actions and my verbal volley towards the referee and Brendan Rodgers at the end of the Liverpool game to be unsporting conduct. Well, I disagree. I feel the referee was a little bit too lightweight, given, allowing too many heavy challenges to go in on my star players, and I wasn't very happy with the tactics that Brendan Rodgers, incorporated into his game, which was to hit our big players hard. It's not the sort of way I feel football should be played, and yes, unfortunately I will be going to the FA headquarters to answer the charge of misconduct, which means I'm going to miss out on the international games. We have a couple of international friendlies coming up, so I unfortunately will not be there to manage the side, which is a great shame. But as you can see, looking at the Barclays Premier League table, we're doing extremely well. I'm happy where we are at this moment in time. Now, we've got a few big games coming up, and we need to dig out some results. But I'm quite happy where we are at this moment in time. And with regards to Jess Rodriguez, I have sat down and spoken to the lad. And essentially, he's worried about playing international football. He feels if he plays for West Ham, the Spanish manager will overlook him. Little does he know, I've actually spoke to the Spanish manager. I spoke to him literally a couple of days ago while I was down the pub, having a couple of pints. Spanish manager gave me a quick phone call and just asked me about Jess Rodriguez, the best position to play him in, and what he can expect from him. So I gave him my thoughts, and Jess Rodriguez is hopefully going to be selected for the Spanish side. If he is, he will find out probably in the next day or so. So hopefully that might resolve the situation. But at the end of the day, I'm going to seek the lad out and arrange a proper sit down and sort of find out what the actual problem is. If he does want to move to Barca or Real Madrid, or just back home in general, and hopefully sort out the whole situation. But we have a very tough game at home to Tottenham Hotspur, and we really need to dig out some points just to get rid of that memory of the Liverpool game. But Aaron Lennon breaking down the middle there, but Bruno Martinez, he's so strong. But the passing from Bruno Martinez gives the ball away. But never fear, Stefan is there to dig out a tackle, save the day, knocking it into Filippo. Adrian puts the ball into Nelson Oliveira, and I've got to say, the passing of the West Ham side over the last few weeks has just been absolutely dismal. Really not the sort of elegant football we've come to expect. Now, the last few games, we really haven't been knocking about the ball around very well at all. It started with the Bolton game. Now, the younger players who have been brought up on solid football, not knocking it about, as Isco strikes the ball just past the post to show that he's still got fight in him. I feel the referee just gave away a bit of a light free kick there. I think both players went up for the ball, but Asikoto has the ball. He feeds it into Clint Dempsey. Clint Dempsey breaks in. That's a great ball in, and Jack Livermore. Oh my days, Butler makes another error to concede a goal. That's really disappointing. Realistically, Butland should have taken that. He should have had that. That's really poor goalkeeping there. But I think at this moment in time, it's exactly what West Ham are at this moment in time. Just playing poor football, not knocking the ball around very well, not creating too much. But Nelson Oliveira, he's through. He's clean in. He's at the post. Unbelievable. 27 minutes on the clock. And Oliveira, with a gift of an opportunity, could have put the game at 1-1. But unfortunately, he blows a huge opportunity. Strikes the post. No one's there for the rebound. And Tottenham are coming away with the ball. Left-hand side, Clint Dempsey. He knocks it inside into Iago. Iago is tackled, but it falls to Dempsey. Dempsey knocks it into Leandro. Leandro with a shot. Great save by Butland, but no. Clint Dempsey is there to polish it off after 30 minutes to give Spurs a 2-0 lead and assert their domination on this game at this moment in time. West Ham are just looking literally down and out at this moment in time. But a great corner and a huge save there by Butland. And the ball is with Isco. Isco feeds it forward into Filippo. Filippo's running down the left-hand side. Has a man coming across to him. That's Cotto. But no, the ball's been fed through to Benzir. Benzir's breaking into the box. Surely it's going to score. No, he pulls it back. Nelson Oliveira. Yes! Come on, West Ham. 41 minutes gone. And Nelson Oliveira put West Ham back into the game with a superbly worked goal by Isco, and Filippo marauding down the left-hand side, knocking the ball into Benzir, and Benzir, very unselfish, to pull the ball across for Nelson Oliveira. The half-time score is West Ham United 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2, and Spurs really did dominate that first half, but hopefully we will see a fresher West Ham side, a more exuberant West Ham time, looking for that equaliser. Great back heel there by Nelson Oliveira into Filippo, but it's cut out, which is unfortunate. Adrian on the right hand side knocking the ball into Filippo. Filippo going forward, trying to make something happen, knocks the ball into Benzier. Benzier trying to feed it through into Nelson Oliveira, but the ball is just cut out, which is pretty much the story of the West Ham game at this moment in time. Everything they seem to try just does not seem to come off, which is really unfortunate. And Tottenham are just defending very stoutly, doing a very professional job and just holding West Ham at bay. But Nelson Oliveira, he has the ball, looking for some movement, marauding forward in the centre of the park. Puts it onto his right foot, cuts back inside, still waiting, knocks the ball into Filippo. Filippo goes for the shot! And that looked like a penalty, but I've got to say, that looked also like a very well-timed tackle just as he was about to strike the ball. The ball is nicked away from him. Benzier pulls the ball back into Filippo. Filippo urging the players to get forward, to attack, to attack. Adrian feeds the ball inside to Sissoko, but the referee unfortunately blows the full-time whistle. And the game finishes West Ham United 1, Tottenham Hotspurs 2. And that really is not the result we were looking for. But we're back in the office, sitting down, and look at this. Jess Rodriguez has been selected for Spain, which is fantastic. And we have 13 players on international duty, which is just absolutely magnificent, absolutely audacious to say the least. Our 13 players on international duty is just second to none. And bearing in mind that John Guidetti obviously is injured, and it looks like we are missing him at this moment in time. You know, he could have done a lot better, I feel, in the Tottenham game. We just need his experience. He's a fantastic player. And I just want to say a big thank you to Jess Rodriguez. You know, he gave me a phone call and thanked me for speaking to the Spanish manager. And as I said to him, it's not a problem. It's part and parcel of my job. You know, I want you to stay as a West Ham player, but if you see your future away from the club, I will not stand in your way. At the end of the day, I want the best for every single player that plays for this club. It's the most important thing to me. And that table is still looking okay. We're not down and out just yet. It's not looking as good as it was, but, you know, we're still in with a shout as Gabs picks up the ball in the 9th minute, trying to make something happen. Early doors against Aston Villa. Nice piece of skill, pulls the trigger, and that took a slight deflection and goes over the bar. Bearing in mind, West Ham don't have the greatest record at Villa Park, so it's going to be a tough game. Great ball over the top into Stokes, but Luke Shaw spotted the danger, read the game so well, came across like a boss to cut that out, and the ball fell out to Olajon with a nice piece of skill there, knocking the ball into Filippo. Filippo tries to pass it into Zaha, but unfortunately Zaha is cut out and Aston Villa cleared it up with no problems at all. Must say, Luke Shaw has upped his game over the last few weeks, been playing some really nice football. He's really improved as a left back. He's worked on his defensive game so much over the last few weeks, and it's really starting to show, hence why he's been getting the England caps, as Eduardo has the ball in the centre of the park. He gives it into Olajon. Olajon with a nice little trick there for the fans, trying to get some motivation from the fans, knocks the ball into Filippo. Filippo goes for the shot, but that's a huge tackle by Clark to stop the shot coming off. Villa are just defending in such a fantastic fashion, but they seem to be going for the long ball a lot again. They choose to opt to go for the long ball over the top, but it's cut out and it's Hutton on the right hand side, looking to get across him, plays a sloppy ball, comes back to him, swings the ball in. That's a great shot by Wyman and a huge save by Butland. Will that erase the error he made against the Tottenham game? I think if West Ham United win, perhaps the West Ham fans might forget him for that error. Well, a couple of errors he's had in the last few games, to be fair. One against Liverpool, one against Tottenham, as Filippo breaks down the centre of the park, gets past his defender with ease, breaks into the box, nice piece of skill, slots the ball home after 45 minutes with his left foot. That is Filippo at his absolute best, playing some audacious football. Absolute electrifying pace. His agility, his balance is just phenomenal, and he slotted the ball home with such ease to make it 1-0. But it looks like Aston Villa back on the attack. Great ball over the top. Delphi is in. And no, that's 1-1 after 45 minutes on the stroke of half time. Aston Villa literally have just gone straight down the other end and wiped out all the hard work of the West Ham players. Both teams walking at half-time. Aston Villa won, West Ham United won. And not a great start for West Ham United. They really need to get the second goal, to give them some confidence, as Luke Shaw picks up the ball, looks inside, gives the ball to Filippo. Filippo sticks on his right foot. He's just finessed it into the bottom corner. What a goal by Filippo. Absolutely sensational. Just to add to his ego of why he's probably the best player in the world at this moment in time. And that is a great defensive header there by Kolka. Under pressure from Stoke. He managed to rise above Stokes, I do apologise, and win the header. But a great ball in. That's a free header. Where was the marking? Unbelievable. West Ham have already slipped back into their old ways of the last few weeks, playing sloppy at the back, playing sloppy football going forward. Olajon with a throw into Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw knocks the ball into Gabs. Gabs turns. He pulls the trick. Oh my God! Gabs in the 57th minute has just scored an absolute wonder goal to give West Ham United a 2-goal lead and make the score Villa 1, West Ham United 3. Nothing really looked on with Gabs there. He just turned, stuck it onto his right foot and fired it into the top corner. The keeper had no answer. But Villa back on attack. Great save by Butland there, but it's been squared to Gardner. And Gardner's just slotted the ball into an empty net after 86 minutes. Unbelievable defending there by West Ham United. I must say, Butland was out so quickly. I thought he'd got rid of the danger, but unfortunately not. The ball was with Eduardo in the centre of the park, but he's just been dispossessed. This is ridiculous. West Ham United are collapsing, and it's completed. Aston Villa have pulled it back in the 88th minute. Unbelievable play. Eduardo in the centre of the park gives the ball away and Villa capitalise. The ref blows the final whistle. Aston Villa 3, West Ham United 3. And that is absolutely unbelievable. We can't buy a win at this moment in time. It's really frustrating. We're going to have to work on so much in training. We really have got a lot to work on in training. Our defensive play at the moment is awful, and I've just received a text message. James Tompkins has pulled his hamstring and I need to make a quick change, so I'm going to have to sign into the database and just assess what options I actually have and swap out James Tompkins. But while I'm doing this, as I say, we've got to work on our passing. Our passing over the last few weeks has just been absolutely disgraceful. It's been so sloppy. We're not sharp enough. We're not getting to the ball first. Now, I know a lot of the players are excited about the West Ham complex, about having a stadium built for them. But if they're not playing the proper football, we ain't going to have a stadium. And as you can see, we have a friendly at home against Portugal. As you know, I'm not at the game due to my hearing at the FA, but we come out 4-1 winners, which is absolutely huge. And I get one piece of good news during my hearing. John Guidetti can return to training sessions, but let's not get too excited. It can take up to another 2 to 3 weeks for him to get back to full fitness, but that is some good news at this moment in time. As you can see, we went to Slovenia. As you know, I couldn't travel with the team. I was with the FA, and we managed to get a 1-1 draw out of it, which is not too bad. So our boy Brian Clark, who's been out in the States for a little while now, a good couple of months, has brought back some more interesting scouting reports for some players. And we, as you know, we've got to be really harsh at this moment in time because we just expect the best. But I'm looking towards Leydd and Kemping to be quality stars of the future.